Hello everyone, this is TyranitarNom. This is going to be one of my first OU battles. This is going to be one of the first videos. It's going to be on a joint account between me and Lunar Eclipse. Taking OU battles and other battles that we get with Pokemon, that is what we do. So I lead off with my Wall Zapdos, which surprises everyone. And I go for a Toxic on his Swampert, and he switches out and goes into his Blissey, which I learned later is a special attack Blissey, which surprised me, because I think of Blissey, I just think of high HP. So I Toxic it, which is good, because that's pretty much as much damage as I'm going to get on it. And I switch off to Tyranitar, thinking it can't do any damage, which I was right, and it goes into an Ice Beam. It takes the Ice Beam like a champ, and I'm hoping to Dragon Dance. Thanks, dude. I got this awesome Tyranitar, thanks to Lunar Eclipse, with his breeding, awesomeness. And so I get a Dragon Dance off, and he goes into this Miltank, which I have no idea what it's going to have, because I have never encountered a Miltank before this. And it goes into an Earthquake, which is kind of dumb, because I would think it would have something like Brick Break. But the Earthquake crits and gets me down to red, so I'm a little worried. So I'm thinking I'm just going to Death Fodder it and get as much damage as I can by using a Stone Edge, which is what I do. It almost kills it and brings it all the way down to red before it Body Slams. This stupid Body Slam. It doesn't even kill me. I'm a Rock type, for God's sake. So I live, and I crunch it and kill it. Saving PP won't save you if you're dead. So then he probably switches back. Yep. Switches back to his Swampert, just to take out my guy. So I go for a crunch. With the Dragon Dance, it does surprisingly good enough damage for being neutral. And he starts me and finishes me off, but I did what I had to do. Then I go off into Cryoswine, who at this point was my suicide bring-in revenge killer. But currently I'm using him as a Life Orb awesome physical attacker. And then he kills me, and it just bugs me with his stupid moves that this Swampert has. And so I go into Tranny, predicting a switch, which happens. And he goes back to his Blissey that has Serene Grace, so a Toxic that I put on it before is gone, which pissed me off. And I'm thinking that it's got no special defense, but I don't think that I can take it, because if I remember, I thought it had Earthquake for some reason. I go back to Zapdos, thinking to put another Toxic on it. And I'll go for the Substitute first, thinking that I can take... But I forget that it has that Ice Beam that just takes out my sub in one turn. This was a really stupid play on my part, because it was a waste of health. I should have just gone for the Toxic and gone for something else later. And so Sandstorm damage on both sides. Leftovers. I use the Toxic, and then Toxic it. And I'm pretty sure at this point, I get put to sleep by his Sing, which really was annoying. And through the sleep, I'm pretty much thinking that the Zapdos is almost dead, so I just try and go for the Discharge, and it kills me with Ice Beam. Toxic damage, Earthquake damage, or Sandstorm damage, and then it goes into Tranny. And he switches off to Mismagius. I had no idea what else was on this Mismagius, because I've really not been new. This battle was one of my first. And I go for Fire Blast, get it good damage, and then Pain Splits. Pain Splits like motherfucker, and I'm really annoyed with Pokemon that have annoying moves like that. But I go for the Fire Blast and kill it off anyway, and still leave with a good amount of health left. He goes into his Blissey again, and what do you know? Toxic's gone. And then I taunt it, and definitely pro prediction there, and they won't let it use Soft Boiled. I use Iron Head, thinking that it has low defenses, which it does, but it still survives the Iron Head, since Tranny has a low attack, which is stupid on my part. Then it goes for a Focus Blast, and the Focus Blast almost kills me. But thank God that it doesn't, because I can finish it off with another Iron Head. Except for it switches, which I didn't remember, and it goes into Swampert. The Iron Head luckily kills it, though, thankfully. And then he sends back in his Blissey, and he's pretty much waving the white flag here, as all he's got is a pack of nothing against my faster Tranny. And I go for it, and I kill it. And that was my